Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I wanted to bring you a little bit of a book haul. I've acquired quite a few books recently. Most of these books are from Dollar Tree, and then one I actually bought from Walmart. And I did mention these books previously in another video, but I didn't give a full-on description. So I thought in today's video, I'd do a little bit of a haul for you guys and then give you a better description of what these books are about. So that way, if any of you are interested, you can have a better understanding of what the books are about. So anyway, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the video. So I'm going to try and go in order because they're all kind of random, but I'm going to go ahead and start off with historical fiction, and then we'll work our way down into fantasy, and then I have one contemporary romance. So for starters, we have The Dutch Orphan, and this is written by Ellen Keith, and I just love the illustration. I love the cover. I just think it is so beautiful. But this is a World War II historical fiction, and it is essentially about a young woman who offers shelter to a Jewish baby. Now, her sister is actually supportive of her offering shelter to the baby, but the problem is that her husband is for the Nazis. He actually supports the Nazis, he supports the movement, and that is obviously going to be a very, very dangerous situation. And it's going to be scary. I can tell it's going to be heartbreaking, and it's just, there's going to be betrayal going on. I could just tell. But I am looking forward to reading this book. I love reading about this period of time, so I'm very looking forward to reading this book, and I just cannot wait to start this as soon as possible. And continuing on with historical fiction, we have Women of the Post, and this is written by Joshonda Sanders. I believe I'm pronouncing the author's name correctly, but once again, we have another stunning cover. I just think it is so beautiful. I just love the illustration. I think it is so pretty. But anyway, this is about a young woman, and this is based off of World War II, and it is about a young woman named Judy, and she works in the black slave market. And she's just tired of her life. She's just tired of the way where it's going, the direction it's heading. She's tired of basically the treatment she's receiving at her job. She's tired of everything. She's just fed up. She just wants a new job. She wants a new purpose in life. And she actually gets the opportunity when the Women's Army Corps, I believe, gives her an opportunity to go to England to sort mail for the military. But a twisted turn of events happened when a letter is actually posted to Judy. So I'm very excited to see what comes of that. I'm excited to see who wrote the letter, who is this person, and I'm excited to see what comes of it. So I'm very looking forward to reading this book. My grandma actually finished this book yesterday, and she was telling me a little bit about the story, but I was like, I don't want to know too much because I want to walk into this blind. But I'm very looking forward to reading this story, so I just thought I'd show you guys in case any of you are interested. So continuing on, we have The Paris Deception, and this is written by Brian Turnbull. And again, just another beautiful, stunning cover. I just love these illustrations. Like, aren't they just so pretty? I just think they are so gorgeous. But anyway, this is about a young woman named Sophie, and her brother flee her hometown because the Nazis are actually coming into power, and that is obviously a very dangerous situation. It's very traumatic, very scary. So her and her brother flee their hometown, and I believe it is a couple of years later, and with her brother gone, she's kind of left to fend for herself, and she is also grieving the loss of her husband. But she actually gets a job, and that involves preserving Jewish art that was actually looted from Jewish families. Now that is obviously heartbreaking. That is obviously very devastating, but that is her job currently. But then one day her sister-in-law arrives at her doorstep, and she has a stolen piece of art. And that is obviously a very difficult situation that is going to cause a whole whirlwind of problems. And I'm just very excited to see what this book is about more so, and I just cannot wait to read it. So I just thought I'd show you guys in case any of you were interested in reading this. So next up, we have A Problem Princess, and this is written by Anna Harrington. And again, we have another stunning cover. I actually don't know what this book is about. I picked this up just this morning when I went to Dollar Tree, but it says, a princess should never befriend trouble. And I can tell this is probably going to be an enemies to lovers kind of thing. And I'm looking forward to reading this book because I have been out of the Regency genre. I'm not going to lie. It's been a little bit since I picked up a Regency romance. I don't know why. I just kind of fell out of love with the storyline. I just felt like they were kind of being repetitive, but I am looking forward to getting back into that genre. So I'm hoping once I read this book, it will kind of kickstart my love and my passion for reading those types of books, because I used to read those books all the time. Like, those were my main romance, was Regency romance and the Victorian era. I just love those types of books. So I'm hoping with this book it will kind of jumpstart me to get back into that genre. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys this. So moving on, we have A Spinster's Guide to Danger and Dukes, and this is written by Amanda Collins. And this cover is just so adorable. I just think it is so cute, and it just makes me want to read this book like right now. But I can tell this is going to be a cute Regency romance, so I'm very looking forward to reading this book. So this is about a woman named Miss Poppy, and she's trying to avoid being married to a man that her father actually arranged for her. So she meets this man, and they kind of come up with this plan to like arrange this fake marriage. But they realize as they spend more and more time together, feelings start to develop, and they actually start to really like each other. So obviously that is going to be a very good time. I love fake marriage stories, and then the characters fall in love with each other in the end. I cannot wait to read more about this book, and I just can't wait to get started because I can tell it's going to be a really good time. Moving on to fantasy, we have Blade Breaker, and this is by Victoria Aveyard. She is the author of the Glass Sword series. I am meaning to get started on the series. I just haven't started it yet. But in the back of this book, what's really neat is she actually shows book 2, and it says Realm Breaker. And then I just love what it says in the back. It says, claim the sword or break it. Now that actually sounds very cool, very intriguing, so I cannot wait to get started on this book. I'm not sure what this book is about, but it is a fantasy, and I believe there's a romance in the book, but I believe it's going to involve high stakes, it's going to involve war, it's going to involve betrayal, heartbreak, and all that good stuff, as comes along with fantasies naturally. So I'm very looking forward to picking this series up. Hopefully I like it, because I just want the whole collection. I just think the covers are so cool. But I do want to read the Glass Sword series. I just haven't started that yet. But anyway, I just thought I'd go ahead and pick this up because I'm very looking forward to reading it. Okay, so 2 more books and then we're done. But anyway, continuing on with fantasy, we have A Curse for True Love, and this is written by, of course, Stephanie Garber. And this is a continuation of the Once Upon a Broken Heart series or trilogy. And I'm very looking forward to picking this book up. I do want to walk into this book blind because this is a continuation of Jack and Ava, and I'm just so excited to get back into this world, to get back into their story, because book 2 left me in a cliffhanger. So I cannot wait to get back into this book, and it took me forever to find this. So I'm looking forward to continuing the story because it took forever for me to find this book. So yeah, I'm very excited to read this book. I don't know what this book is about, but obviously it is a continuation of Ava and Jack, and I really miss those characters, so I'm very looking forward to reading this. So moving on, we have Sunrise of the Reaping, and of course this is written by Suzanne Collins. This is a continuation of the Hunger Games series, and this, I don't know too much what this book is about, but I do know this book is about Haymitch and his time in the Hunger Games. That alone just intrigued me. I'm very excited. I'm very anxious to read this book. I know I said that about most or all of the books, but this book, I'm so anxious to pick it up because I have heard that it is sad. I don't know too much about the book, but it does say in the back, it says, when you've been set up to lose everything you love, what is there left to fight for? And that quote alone just sounds devastating. It sounds heartbreaking, and I love Haymitch. I love him in the story. I love him in the movies. I just cannot wait to dive into this book. I'm very looking forward to reading it, and I know people read it already, but I haven't seen any vlogs based off this book because I really want to go into this blind, and I want to form my own opinions and my own judgments. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys this. And for the last book, we have The Christmas Wager, and this is written by Holly Cassidy. This just looks like a really adorable cover, so cute, and obviously it is a Christmas read, but you can read this at any point in time. It doesn't necessarily have to be during Christmas, but I love what it says in the front. It says, let the holiday games begin, and then in the back it says, first rule of the Maple Falls holiday games, don't fall in love with the enemy. So I can tell that it's going to be a really good time. I can just, based off of that little quote, I can tell it's going to be an enemies to lovers types of trope, and I love enemies to lovers types of tropes, and it's just a cute little paperback. I cannot wait to get into this book. It is a very short read. I could finish this in a couple hours, but yeah, I just want to show you guys this book, and I'm very looking forward to reading it. And that is it, you guys. That is all I have for today's video, but thank you so much for joining me once again. I have been meaning to film this book haul sooner rather than later. I just been super busy with work, but finally I got it done, and now we are here. But anyway, thank you once again for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed this little book haul. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you did enjoy this video. And also, don't forget to hit that notification button so that way you guys are notified when I do post my videos. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing y'all next time. Bye!